All right, be careful what you email. Congress might come knocking. That's what disgraced IRS official Lois Lerner told her employees. She took the fifth, you may remember, in an email. Chairman of the House Oversight and Reform Committee, Darrel Issa, joins us right now. Chairman, this came out yesterday, but yet these emails, this correspondence was actually revealed to Ways and Means a couple of weeks ago. You discovered it yesterday. What do you get from this correspondence?
What we get is perhaps what CNN was asking me for a couple weeks ago, a smoking gun. This is Lois Lerner clearly cautioning people not to say things on email and being delighted to find out that the local instant chat that they have, this Microsoft product, wasn't tracking what they said so that they could do this instant messaging back and forth at the IRS without any audit trail. But I think the important thing is she was trying to make sure that on April 9th of 2013, that in fact her people weren't being tracked, and she was still using words like caution. Why? She didn't want an audit trail of what they were doing, and what they were doing were targeting conservatives for their views, no question at all.
Here's an example of some of the passages in the email that you think are revealing. Lerner saying this: someone asked if OCS conversations were also searchable. I don't know, but told them I would get back to them. Do you know? And then the response was, OCS messages are not set to automatically save. Parties involved in an OCS conversation can copy and save the contents of their conversation on an email or file. So, yeah, and then her answer was perfect. So why would that be perfect unless you didn't want anyone to read what you were messaging?
Well, her earlier part of the email where she's asking, she's saying Congress is sending inquiries for our emails, so we have to be cautious, is the other half of this. It's very clear. April 9th, 2013, well into this investigation, she's still on the job and she's still covering her tracks, or considering, if you will, whether they're covered. Real question, of course, on April 9th, 2013, had she turned over her paper email files of what she was supposed to keep? No. So at that point, was she also being cautious in what she considered making available versus what went in the shredder?
If someone told me there would be a major story about IRS targeting, I said, if you want something universal that really affects everybody, it should be the Ways and Means of the IRS. Why do you think so few outlets are covering what you're uncovering?
Well, partly because this is gone off the rails a little bit. The real story is Lois Lerner, in concert with some other people that we haven't yet been able to identify, all of them, was targeting conservatives, trying to overturn a Supreme Court decision, clearly in concert with the president's views, and the cover-up is they're slow-rolling the answer. I think, Brian, the important thing I think that makes this a front-page story is this could be your IRS or your Federal Trade Commission or any other agency going after you for what your beliefs are. There's another program in plain sight called Choke Point, where if they don't like what you do, like payday lending or selling firearms, they're going to cut off your bank account. They're going to go to your banks with the power of the FDIC, and they're going to shut down your ability to check cash. That is a program that's out in plain sight. This is an ideologically driven administration that all of its tentacles are targeting against what they don't like, and it's scary.
Yeah, well, and you continue to pursue it, and sadly, so many others are choosing not to follow you. We will. Chairman Darrel Issa, thank you very much.
Thank you, Brian.
All right, coming up straight ahead, you're not going to believe this. Jesse Ventura suing the widow of a fallen Navy SEAL, Chris Kyle. Really? Apparently, Jesse's ego was bruised. He didn't like what was in the book about him. And they may have been fired, but they're not calling it quits. The Benham brothers, who lost their TV show for being pro-life, are